What up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Ring Walk Danny. What up?
What up, champ?
Another one. So we're here to discuss Jaron Boots Ennis and his performance over the weekend. Is he a hype job or was it a bad night? And who's next for Jaron Boots Ennis? What's your thoughts, Danny? Where do you fall on this? Because you don't have to necessarily fall on either of these options. Maybe you thought it was an amazing performance, and the star continues to shine bright.
Yeah, I was going to say this is the only sport that somebody will get called a hype job after one performance.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, are you telling me that's not what you're seeing on your Twitter feed?
Nah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, I definitely see that. Well, the fight chat definitely was saying that he's not ready for Boots, and I'm sorry for Bud and Earl, but yeah.
I mean, even this morning's show, people were calling in to say that Jaron is definitely not top 5, and what happened to all the top 5 talk. So, yeah, I think that some people feel there was some level of exposure in this fight. What about you? And I don't mean exposure to the masses. I mean being exposed.
Yeah, some people definitely have been vocal, definitely feel that way. You know, I'm not one of the people that think that one performance, and if we, really break down the performance, was not a bad one, on top of the scorecards being a clean sweep for him. He wasn't hurt. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like to see that he could go 12 rounds. I'm one of the people that wanted to see what it would be like if he did get in deep waters. And because we saw him go the distance, now we know, and to each their own, everybody's able to form their own opinion. And, because of that, some people are able to form those opinions that perhaps he is overrated or perhaps he's not ready for that Spence fight, that Bud fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is always needed. More people wanted to fight David Benavidez when Graville put him down. More people wanted to fight Gennady. Like Daniel Jacobs fought Gennady exactly when? It was after what fight? But it happened immediately after, Sometimes, and Gennady said that he took extra shots in the Rubio fight to look vulnerable. Sometimes a little bit of vulnerability helps a fighter's marketability.
And even Boots acknowledged that in the post-fight press conference.
Yeah. I seen him say something. He said maybe these guys will fight him now. But what do you think about the power, though? Because is it that, yeah, he has power, is just Karen, like, got a chin, has to take punches? What exactly is the...
Yeah, I think he definitely knew how to take a shot. But on top of that, I do believe that Boots, and I think Boots even talked about it a little bit post-fight, I think that he would load up on certain shots. Ness, honestly, on the majority of shots, I think that he could have picked his shot selection better, used that jab a lot more, and try to create combinations off of it. Boxed as well. He's a boxer too. I think that he loaded up a little bit too much on his shots, and he even said, he's like, look, I wasn't having fun how I usually have fun in the ring. So
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of pressure on him to shine.
And if you go back to look at the success where a lot of people felt that Boots shined in his recent fight with Karen, those middle rounds, he says he's like, that's when I began to have fun in the fight, and I had to remind myself to have fun. So I think Yeah, champ. I think he just got to get more comfortable with the moment in itself.
So you're saying the stage got to him?
I just think that, sure. I mean, that's what you
And
interpret.
that's fair. That's fair. You know, it is a tank fight. You know, has he been on another pay-per-view since you're the almanac?
Nah.
All right, so there it is. You know, Canelo had to start on Floyd pay-per-views. You know, you got to get introduced. It's, you know, it's kind of Danny did the same thing. He was on a lot of Floyd pay-per-views.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, you know, it was like I said, not him. The moment. I mean, you said the moment, but I just felt like he was loading up on the shots, and I felt, you know, post fight he said that he didn't have fun in there, that he wished he would have had more fun. And to me, I felt like that would have been him not loading up as much, him throwing the jab more, working off the combo, and just letting the big shot come to him.
For sure. I do want to show the punch stats. If I can get a screen share. These numbers are weird, right? I didn't expect to see Karen throw nearly 600 punches. And I didn't expect to see Karen be right around the same amount of punches thrown as Boots, being the aggressor, the one that seemed on television to be chasing Karen. These numbers tell a different story. Now, obviously, Boots landed 100 and some more punches, but Karen threw around the same amount, which is crazy. I did not see that. I did see him land quite a few, but I did not see him being right up there with the amount of punches that Boots threw. I thought he used his feet 10 times more than he used his hands. But we're good on the screen share. How do you feel about that information?
73.
How do you feel about that information? Is that shocking to you? Because it was shocking to me.
You know, I think the reason it's not as shocking to me is because, you know, being in the sport, we've learned with CompuBox, you know, that sometimes numbers may not lie, but they may be deceiving. You get what I'm saying? So this is one of the situations. We saw the fight, so we know what we saw. But yeah, the 573 punches thrown is quite deceiving to the actual fight in itself.
For sure, man. Now, scale to 1 to 10, how much do you want to see a return of Karen?
Oh man, a fucking 20, bro.
What?
Yeah. I want to see him back. But I want to.
You're giving him a 20 on a 1 to 10 based off what?
Bro,
why do you want to see him back?
Because here's the only way I want to see him back, under new trainer.
Okay.
You know, I want to see him let his hands go in a different manner. Because I don't want to say more, because obviously the numbers say that he lets his hands go a lot. But I guess not in a good way, because I definitely want to see more. But his footwork, I'm just curious.
You're curious what an aggressive like a Robert Garcia can do with that.
Yeah, and what he'll do to somebody who isn't Jaron Ennis, what that style will do, and the problems it can create for somebody not named. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those maybe 6 through 15 type of ranked welterweights.
So, is it fair to do the poll and ask, is he a hype job? Was it a bad night? Or should a third option be solid performance?
I think you should have 4 options. Damn, bro, you played football back in the day?
That's why I didn't drop it. I ain't getting tackled.
Yeah, I mean, you almost did. You bobbled it. You got nervous.
Coach would make you do push-ups if you drop the ball or something, right?
Shit, they made us do what's that shit called?
So
burpees.
What do I call it though? Uh, amazing performance, decent performance,
Um,
average performance. Like,
you know, some people considered it a boxing lesson.
so we going with that
I mean-
boxing lesson.
I mean, the scorecards did read 12-0.
Okay, so
3
should we say
times.
clean sweep or boxing lesson sounds better? Boxing lesson.
Yeah, that sounds better.
All right. All right. So,
Boots, I think another option should be
uh-huh.
Boots not. Well, damn, that's too long. Boots needed to go 12 rounds, or something along those lines. Now, but then if some people agree with that, they could also agree with the other one too, huh? Because you had the first two, the hype job.
Hype job, bad night, boxing lesson. One more to go.
Boxing lesson.
But I don't know that boxing lesson is telling the person that's making the pick, Boots gave him a boxing lesson. Do I need to put like Boots?
I mean,
Let's see, does it fit?
just clean sweep. It was a clean sweep, not fit in there.
No, it fits. Boots gave him a boxing lesson. What else?
Yeah, I don't know, champ.
So you don't got a fourth? Mr.
I mean, I gave you the fourth option.
Repeat, rewind.
It was some
Pull
shit,
up.
it was some shit about him needing more rounds, dude.
Oh, Boots needed the rounds.
Yeah, he needed the round.
But wait, then that's the same. That's not the same as boxing lesson. That's good then.
And that's what I was saying.
Boots. Oh, wrong place.
Boots needed the round.
Boots needed the rounds. Boots needed the rounds. All right, we're gonna go ahead and ask the community. So if you're watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, do not forget to hit the thumbs up and vote on the poll. Because if you vote on the poll and you don't hit the thumbs up, it just never makes sense. It's like, why is there more votes than thumbs up when you should be loving this show, the only show that is twice a day, every single day, bringing you big name guests. This morning, who did we have this morning? We had someone. Oh, Coach Alex Rivera. And then yesterday on Danny's day off, we had Samson Lewickovich, the promoter of Roman Villa.
On Danny's day off.
I mean, it's technically your day off. You don't do Sundays.
You right.
It is, you know. You threw me off. 232 watching. I need 232 likes, 232 votes, and 232 calls. Because the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion. The number will be up here in sometime in the next few seconds. And you can call in and let us know your opinion. Because maybe you can't make a vote. Maybe this subject has you so upset you want to just call in and let us know. No, there's no way he's a hype job. He did amazing. Or maybe you feel that he didn't. Who knows? Who knows? But
Or maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe you feel that, you know, Karen was just that good and he presented that much of a problem to Jaron, which is why, although he didn't win a round, on TV it may have looked like it was a tough fight.
So, and I quote, Ennis actually was asked if he would like to fight Ortiz. He said, the goal is to get 3 fights this year, and we definitely take Ortiz. It don't matter who it is, Ennis said. It could be Virgil Ortiz, Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, Keith Thurman, Ugas. I just want to fight all the top guys to show the world my talent. How do you think he fares with those, or which one should he pick? That's a lot of names. He left the doors open for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, the doors are definitely open. He did win the interim, so I'm pretty sure the whole thing was like Earl's gonna have 120 days to fight
After
him.
this fight, you think that really happens? You think the IBF really?
The IBF will probably pay him step aside, plus whatever fight on Earl's undercard. You get what I'm saying? So, if it's Keith, they'll probably give him like $1 million a step aside, and then like, another 2 for Keith, right?
Look at this loving crowd and audience that we have. True boxing fans. You look at what they're saying. They're saying Boots needed the rounds. 44% of the voting public believes he needed the rounds. Not that he's a hype job because he couldn't get the stoppage or look the way that people thought he was going to look. Not that he had a bad night for the same reasons. And not what you thought, that it was a boxing lesson, but more that he needed those rounds because he's been getting stoppages in the first and second round for quite too often. And let me tell you, it was hard to bet on him. I mean, look, we thought he was going to get it in 1 through 6. That's what we bet.
Yeah, we definitely bet 1 through 6. And it went the distance. He didn't even get the stoppage, so.
Mm-hmm. Now, you were very vocal last night about the go ahead.
No, I was going to say Demetrius was the only one that really came through. And Tank, obviously.
Well, no, I mean, came through in the sense that you called the exact outcome.
Well, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You bet
because
Tank,
for them,
you bet
because for them a win is a win.
You bet Tank knockout.
Sure did.
Just
but we bet him 1 through 6, so we still lost.
Right, we did. I knew I did. I just wasn't sure if you did.
Nah, if you bet, I stuck with the 1 through 6.
But you know, Javante KO was a -400.
That's why you had to do groups. That's why we did what we did the way that we tried to do it.
Shit happens. Shit happens. What'd you think of the card overall, though?
No, I definitely enjoyed the card. But, I want to stick to, like, what's next for Boots. He talking about 3 times out. Do you see a world where that happens this year, 2023? Can he really get one since he just got this one in January? Technically speaking, there is time in the calendar year, but do you think the network gives him 3 dates?
I think so.
Because technically this ain't even his, right? Like, this ain't a Showtime Championship boxing date. This was a pay-per-view.
I mean, it's a slot, though.
It is a slot.
It's a slot. When I spoke to them, to Boots and Bozy post-fight, that is, looks like main event next is, the direction they're leaning in, and it seems like they might have met with Showtime to give this indication.
Who could he main event with? If Earl is still fighting Keith, who's your main event? Now you got Stenonius on the recovery bed. He rehabbing. Virgil's on the other side of the street. Like, am I missing a main event fighter? Are you really? I guess it ain't bad for a Showtime Championship boxing. Boots Ennis versus Ugas off a loss?
Oh, I like that.
Really?
I do like that.
Off the loss, main event. Shit, man.
I mean, you got one guy off the loss.
I'm telling you, they do us dirty as boxing fans. Like, look, like we gotta be like, yeah, that's good. Like, my man don't deserve a win. Like, Ugas should be fighting Jamal James, but they fought. So maybe that don't make sense. But they both coming off losses.
Oh, you know who they're calling for?
Who?
You know who the people are calling for?
Ooh.
They're calling for Romain, or what was his
Villa? Roman Villa versus who?
Villa, I guess, versus Boots.
Come on, guys. Did you not see what fucking Ellis did? Like, y'all really about to fake the funk like Ellis didn't win that fight? Yo, that's crazy to me.
I mean, I said it. I said Ellis won.
So let me understand this. Let me get this straight. This world who thought Ennis would beat Ellis watched Ellis beat Villa and thinks that somehow Villa Ennis is a good fight. I ain't fucked that up not once with all those names sounding the same. But no.
No,
That's not
no,
fair.
because
That's corny.
I was thinking it, and nope.
No, it didn't happen.
No, you did good.
Yeah, it didn't happen. But the point is that that's like, it's just no. And not no, I like the fight, but it's not like the fight. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, we got to stop letting boxing do this to us. Like,
what about Bud?
we needed to be a world. What, Bud and Villa?
Bud and Villa. No, I'm saying the chat saying, what about Bud?
Bud versus who? Boots?
Yeah.
Man, based off that, I don't know, man.
No.
Why rush the young lad? Know what I'm saying? He need like
Mario Barrios.
Nah. Stop giving him 40-pounders and shit like that.
Nah, that's a good barometer.
Nah. He already fought Lip Vignettes. Yo, we good. And you already got Lip Vignettes out here. He's like the captain of the Boots team. You seen him?
No.
Pull up his tweet. Let me pull up his tweet. This is hilarious. He's captain of the Boots team right now. He got his ass kicked so bad. And he gonna DM me like my other fighter, the other fighter. But anyway, look, he got his ass kicked so bad, he be out here talking like for Boots. He like, yo, word is born, why you acting like that? You know what I'm saying? That's
Boots,
a tough style.
Blair Cobbs, I like that.
I love that.
I like that.
I love that.
Make it happen.
And Blair's a free agent, man. Let Blair get that.
Make it happen in Philly, Showtime.
Let Blair get that. Yo, Blair's originally from Philly. Oh, I like what he said there. All the critics should try and get in a square circle and maybe realize how hard it is to shoot a moving target. He ain't lying, but you shouldn't be saying it, all right? You got your ass kicked, and now you out here on some captain shit. You like the captain of the fan club. Can I get a shirt? Let me get a screen share. Look at this guy. It's your man's in there, man.
Who that?
Your man's. Sergey Lipinets. He says, boxing is brutal and unforgiving sport. All of a sudden, everyone is on Jaron Ennis' case. I can't imagine how much I would suffer against someone like Karen. Boots just beat him from pole to pole. Please, it's boxing. Of course you're going to get hit once or twice.
I mean, he's not lying.
What? You know what I heard? Boots, he's our man. If he can do it, no one can. Boots, man, get your ass out of here and let someone else talk for him. That man got a father, brother, sister, all that other shit. You out here, man, get your ass back in the ring and get a win. Fuck is he out here doing, signing autographs for Boots?
So, I mean, it is boxing. People do get hit occasionally. You know, some people get put to sleep.
Word. Nah, but shout out to Lipinets because he's the first one that showed Boots is susceptible to left hooks. And Karen also capitalized on that. Not fully, obviously, because he got no win.
That's just saying to do it again.
Nah, I'm good. Y'all trying to screen record.
It's too late, champ. We're live.
You could just press rewind.
Word.
Yo. But we do got callers. I'm sorry. Let me get to them in the 813. Let me check who's this. I got to pull up my trusty sheet, man. Ain't that Florida?
813.
That's Florida. Yeah, I think that's Tampa.
I'm not familiar, champ.
I think that's Swift and Tampa. Let me see, though. If you want to call in, Danny, what's that number?
425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to indicate that you want to voice your opinion.
I got Alan
in the Bay.
Tampa.
Oh,
Alan
man.
in Tampa. What up?
Hey, man. How you guys doing? How you doing, Ness? How you doing, Danny?
What up, champ?
All good, all good.
Oh, well.
And Danny, I imagine that you had hella fun out there, man. How was that, man? I never had an experience like that.
Did I have what?
Hella fun out there in D.C.
Yes. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I fell asleep wrong on the plane. My neck is killing me right now. But outside of that, no.
Oh.
Yeah, tank fights are different. They're events. You know, there was a lot of Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces at the Capital One.
Okay.
There was a lot of dirt bikes at the Capital One. There was a lot of very beautiful women, and there was very little clothing on the women. So no, it was a great night.
All right, cool, man. That's nice. I hope you have fun. That's good. Hey, but to the point, I feel like like the poll. I feel like Ennis went 12 rounds. I feel like he really needed the 12 rounds, but Kareem's footwork was nice, man. It was messing with him a little bit. You can tell, man. So, but it is good he went 12 rounds so he can gain the experience. You know, people obviously are gonna hate. So, but I would want to see him against Thurman now after seeing that performance. You know, like I'm not gonna count Thurman out.
So you think you think it'd be pretty close then?
Thurman is locked in though. I got some information. Thurman locked in for the Earl fight. They saying that shit is still happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my thing on that. But I have two more things I gotta get out of my chest, man, because I keep forgetting, man. I gotta go to work. So why did Gervonta Davis? I don't know where I was at during this time. Why didn't Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko happen? He could have had the belts and not been going through all this bull crap, man. He could have been champion already if he fought Lomachenko.
I mean, he is champion.
Won. Yeah, but I'm talking about the other belts, the WBC.
I mean, he don't want those. He only ever fought for the WBA and the IBF.
Right.
So what's the big deal with Devin Haney about having the belts and all that, man?
I mean, Devin's undisputed. Tank is the cash cow. Devin is the true champ.
Yeah. Man, yeah. But I still feel like he could have just taken care of Lomachenko, so, you know, it would have been even better, you know?
I mean, now he's a free agent. Now he's a free agent.
Nah, back then they were saying he was too young and that he didn't need the rush. That's what Floyd was saying, but we don't know if Floyd was holding him back. We don't know.
Well, we're here today, man. And another thing, I saw somebody hating on the chat about me with the Puerto Ricans, man. Nah, I'm Puerto Rican, man. And our best champions right now is Xander Saez. For sure, he is number one, better than Berlanga and the rest. And our second one is Moncho Lebron. He's from Aguadilla. I'm actually from Aguadilla too.
The one that just signed a Peter Kahn.
Top Rank.
Yeah. That's the one. He with Peter Kahn in Top
I saw him
Rank.
fighting on Top Rank, and
that's the same one.
His last opponent was against another Puerto Rican, which was funny because they were both really good, and he won.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and I think he's 135 too, or 140. Well, what is he?
I think it was 135.
I forgot, man. So we can't forget about him because he's up and coming, and he's good, man. That, you know, eso es boxeo bueno de Aguadilla, de Boricua, man, for sure. So I already seen this guy.
Yeah. So,
but
a couple days.
You're right, Ness. Number one.
A couple days ago, Moncho signed with Peter Kahn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You say you got
that's
Xander.
All I got, man. I'm gonna let you guys go, man.
You got Xander number one.
Yep.
Xander number one all the way, man. All the way, man. That's number one support all the way, man. I'm gonna watch all his fights, man. I love boxing. Man. Oh, and another thing I got.
What you think about Shakur?
I had a
What you think about Shakur?
That's Shakur don't know where. Shakur don't even know how to get to Ponce. He don't know how to get to San Juan. He don't even know how to get to Fajardo. He don't know how to get nowhere, bro. He ain't Puerto Rican, bro.
I was just asking.
He got Puerto Rican blood.
Damn.
You know, because Xander says that's who the best Puerto Rican fighter is right now. I was just asking for your thoughts.
Está bien, ya. Pero a mí, cuando tú terminas tu pelea, tú dices, mira, Puerto Rico número uno, tengo un mensaje para ustedes, man. Ustedes lo amo con todo mi corazón, todo eso, man. You know, talk to the people of you, Boricua, you know? Don't just say, good night, guys. Bye. No. Come on, man. You look at Xander Saez, look at the real Boricuas, man. Look what they do, man.
I just wanted your thoughts, champ.
You got him. You wanted him, you got him. Yo, thank you for calling in.
Xander Saez. Yes, sir. Take care, guys.
All right, so I got me a brand new caller in Long Island, Strong Island. Who this?
What's good? How y'all fellas doing?
We're good, brother. Who are you? Where you calling from?
It's Porter. I'm out of Long Island, Suffolk County, Central Islip.
What's going on, Porter?
Nothing much. Wanted to speak on Ennis. I thought it was a decent performance. The guy that he was fighting had good footwork, unexpectedly good. You know, I didn't do any research on him, but you know, to say Ennis is a bust is a bit of a reach. You know, he wasn't familiar with that style, but he got in quality rounds. And nobody can say he ain't ready for the cream of the crop from that performance. It was just a difficult style.
Long Island, stick around. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. But we do have the undisputed champ, Franchon Crews-Dezurn, on the Oh shit, she just disappeared. So finish your call. You got it. You still on?
Was that?
Nah, don't worry. We
All right.
thought we had the undisputed champ, but she dropped off.
She's priority. I got you. But yeah, I feel like it was a good performance. He didn't get the knockout, but he got the rounds, experience, and ain't nobody want no smoke with him. Too high of a risk, too low of a reward. So I don't know. I don't think anybody could take anything away from Ennis. He showed that he's the future. What are your thoughts on that? Because I didn't watch the whole show thus far.
Definitely think he's the future. He had a good job. He did a good job. He definitely has someone difficult in front of him. But we do have the undisputed champ, Franchon Crews-Dezurn, on the show. So I do want to get her on. How are you doing, champ? There you go. How are you?
I'm okay. Can you see me and hear me?
I see and hear you. You look fabulous as always.
Oh, thank you.
No, honestly, I want to get into that. I mean, before we talk to boxing, I've always been impressed and even inspired by your entrepreneurship and, the way that you make your own outfits and outfits for everyone else. And as a content creator, I love what you did with the Clarissa outfit and the journey of that outfit, bringing us a little bit closer to how you did it. So, once again, as a content creator myself, I enjoyed that. And I hope you continue to show us the process. So, yeah, it's amazing to see that your talents go above and beyond the ring.
Of course. Got to.
Because you sing as well, right? I thought I seen you singing the other day.
Yeah, I sung the national anthem at the NBA Wizards versus the Clippers game. So that was fun for me and something I always wanted to do. Because, I sing at boxing events, but to branch out into other sports and do that so close to home, that was really cool for me.
Now, I just want to keep you on our topic before we get into all the stuff that you got cooking. Boxing is a brutal sport, and everybody is a Monday morning quarterback, even though this isn't football. So, the questions are, is Jaron Ennis a hype job? Was it just a bad night, or was Karen better than everyone thought? As a boxer that has to suffer this criticism and a spectator of the sport, what did you see and how do you feel?
Well, I feel like everybody puts so many stipulations on fighters and they're so comfortable. You forget it is a business. So there are some hype jobs out there, and I think people are so comfortable with them more so than people who are actually competing. Jaron bought his best and Karen bought his best because, styles do make fights. And they were also fighting for a piece of a belt, And sometimes you can be overly anxious, but I don't think Jaron's a hype job at all. I think I've seen him develop from the amateurs. I saw his Olympic trial journey, and I think it's still room for growth there. But I don't think he's a hype job. I don't at all.
So, champ, I spoke to, now shifting to you, obviously, because I did want to give the subject just a little bit of the shine and let you get your answer off on it. But I did speak to the Costa Rican, oh my God, don't help me. Don't help me. This is sad because I just was with her at the WBC convention. Hannah Gabriels, and she's a heavyweight now. And since then, she was already saying this fight was happening. She talked to me not too long ago, said it was done. I had Lou DiBella on the show, and then he was trying to hold it tight. And I'm like, well, she just said it's done. And he's like, well, we're just waiting to announce it. So it sounds like you're moving up to heavyweight to become a two-time champ in a separate division. Two-division champ. And then I guess that's your question next, all right? Because you keep doing that.
No, that's not my thing. That's like a thing. So, champ, you undisputed, right? You got all the belts.
So are you a five times champ or are you undisputed? Because he wants to say every belt is a time.
Every belt is a fucking time, champ. Every belt she got is a time.
I'm in the same boat as him because I know at one point when I got the WBO and added it to the WBC, they were like, you're a two-time champion. So I really don't know. Don't get me to lie. I don't know. I just go by undisputed right now. But I know I'm a multi-time world champion. But I'm just I'm just here. I don't know.
Well, it'd be multiple divisions nonetheless if you do move up.
That's a big fight and a common opponent with Clarissa Shields, but she's at a different weight. What's your thoughts on the potential matchup with you and Hannah Gabriels and moving up?
Oh, when is the announcement for the fight?
Up. Why can't she move down? Because I'm not going anywhere. So she's moving down to fight me. I'm going to fight her and defend my undisputed titles.
Oh, wow.
Then I'll go up.
So you're not fighting for her belt?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely a twist. All this time we thought you were moving up to heavyweight because we were under the assumption you only had to make like 176 for that fight, if that's true. Do you know?
Yeah, but I'm the undisputed champion at super middleweight, and I want to keep elevating the sport of boxing. And she's a multi-division current world champion, and I thought that would be a great fight.
Ooh. Okay, now you know I gotta ask then, why do you think she deserves the fight over your mandatory? I thought you were moving up. I wasn't even gonna bring this up, but now she's getting a shot at undisputed when someone is in line waiting at a shot. Yeah, so what is it, just because she's a bigger name?
Well, she's a current world champion. She's a multi-division world champion. She's fought the current only 3-time undisputed champion. And it's just, for me, I'm about competing, and I'm going to handle all those other people afterwards, but this is the fight that I want. It's my show, and I earned the right to fight somebody I wanted to fight, and Hannah's the one.
So this is a voluntary, or did she petition? Because I seen her at the convention, so we just want to know the details. Did she petition for a shot at you, or this is your voluntary defense?
I want to fight her. Then I want to go take her belt. I also want to fight Savannah Marshall. I'm for big names and big fights. That's how I feel. And to insinuate ducking anybody or anyone, that is ludicrous. That is ludicrous. And you know, and I know. But all in due time. Like, I'm a supporter of women's boxing. I'm happy the person that you're speaking of is getting a great shot on a great card next month. And that fight will take place eventually, but I'm doing what I have to do for my legacy, for my history. That would be beautiful to have, that I defeated a multi-weight current world champion. Another one.
And a common opponent with Clarissa, which could possibly build up the potential for a rematch there. Is that something you would be interested in, or have you guys, I mean, I know you've always been friends, but has that friendship blossomed so much where you won't fight again?
Come on. I went to London, right? And I witnessed history.
But you went calling for
Marshall.
Savannah.
Did you watch Clarissa's did you watch her press conference?
Absolutely.
Has no problem rematching me, just like I have no problem rematching her. But we have to get the bag. You forget that was the first we fought each other in our first fight.
I don't forget. I was at ringside,
and I
was ringside for that.
We always on this show remind people that you guys fought each other as debuts.
That was on the Ward Kovalev 1 undercard.
And then, you know, we also go on to say that even though you lost, you went on to become, you know, champion, then unified, and now undisputed. So the story is still just as great.
Yeah, I mean, you have 2 established champions right now, right? And her journey, she's always chased other champions, just like me. You know, I went through a lot. I fought other former world champions, and when we do meet, we deserve to be compensated for it. And come on, we're both competitors. We have no problem. We will never duck work or any smoke. So, yeah, of course we're going to fight again. I want that before I retire, put it that way.
So I gotta ask, because you got a lot happening now. You know, obviously the Hannah fight is happening, but then is the contract that the next fights at her division, or is that just something you also want and hope can happen? Because you've mentioned it twice, so I just want to get that clear.
I mean, just so we're clear, me and Hannah, that's my next fight, okay?
But
After that,
it's not a 2-fight deal, is it? Like one at 68, one at her weight?
it could be. I have to talk to my partner, Peter Kahn, and see what's on the table. And, it's a lot that goes into these fights. But I'm chasing greatness. I do want to. I want to fight Savannah Marshall. I would love a Christina Ham. These are people who have built their brand and have put in work. And you know what I'm saying? That they're worthy opponents as well.
So are you thinking of vacating the WBC, or are they going to just give you another petition if Savannah wants to fight you?
You don't have to beat around the bush. That I'm defending my titles. Once I defend all my titles, I'm well within my right to do whatever I want to do next. So it's not about ducking. It's not about vacating. I feel like I understand that you petition for another fighter, and that's great. Like, I want them to do their best.
Nah, I'm just trying to be clear because you just said it was a voluntary. So I'm just trying to make sure I get the facts right.
It's a voluntary defense, which I'm entitled to.
So then after that, what happens to the mandatory?
Huh?
So then after that, what happens to them? That's what I'm saying. So after you do this voluntary with Hannah, what happens next?
We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm just so like, I'm amused that I'm being rushed into a fight when I already had 2 belts and I offered the fight, but they needed more time. So let's just keep it a buck.
I don't want you to think that in any way I'm rushing you, and I don't want you in any way to think that I'm advocating. It's just this is what's happening now is like the female version of Canelo Jamal Charlo.
Oh, that's cap. That is cap. That is cap. And my only goal is to elevate.
Champ, if the fight don't happen, like just hear me out. Literally right now, you did what Canelo did and petition for a bigger fight with another champion at a higher weight. It's literally the same thing he did.
No, same weight.
But she said it could be both.
No, my next fight is with Hannah. I have one fight next with Hannah. As far as going up to her weight class, which I will be well within my right to do because I've defended all my titles, right? That's not in stone. But my next fight will be against another champion. And we all know that champions supersede other things. So my goal is just to elevate women's boxing, which we all should do our part.
And that's
I'm fighting another.
And that's all I'm trying to do. Shadeja is 34 years old. Like, they haven't given her an opportunity, and you and I both know how good she is.
Hold on. That is cap. And I'm not going to get into this and make this the Shadeja show, right? Because I don't know her. But I know there was a time when I did offer. I always chase greatness. And when there was more competition in my weight class, I went to fight them. And they didn't want to fight. They needed more experience. They needed more time. So that ain't my issue.
Look, I'm not going to harp on it. And that I'm going to believe you and say.
No, go back to that. Let's go. I love that, champ. Let's go. Go back to that split screen. I want to see the champ with the
glasses flipped up.
Yes, because now she mean business. She's serious.
So no, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe you and say that. I'm gonna believe.
I don't want to be. But you said nobody gave anything to anybody. Nobody gave me a damn thing. I promoted myself, self-promoted, self-managed myself for 90% of my career. I talked to Golden Boy executives. I was signed to Clarissa's promotional company. I was the one who stepped in on 2 weeks' notice to fight Clarissa, and I bet on myself. So I'm not concerned when nobody gave us a Deja, a Hadeja, a freaking Monique, whatever you want to talk about. And I'm not going to speak on it anymore because honestly, she should be happy that I'm not acknowledging her because I don't want to end her career before it starts. You got to think logically. Think logically. Build your brand, get your bag, and then you could get these hands. Anybody.
Is she not the Boots Ennis of that division?
I don't know what she is, but all I know is I'm fighting Hannah Gabriels.
When is the Gabriels fight, champ? We got a date?
Within months.
Do we got a town? Would you,
Yeah, we got everything, but we're doing business. Like we're doing business.
do we know the venue? Like the
You
location,
know,
not the venue, but the location. Because I would love to go to Costa Rica. I would watch it in her hometown. You wouldn't go to
why
her
would
home?
I?
I mean,
Why
because it's
would I go?
tropical. Because it's tropical, champ. So you could be like, what was it? Matchroom just did
Yeah,
one
I
in
ain't,
Mexico.
I ain't gonna lie, champ. I was just at the tank fight. I had to like go shopping for more clothes because it got
It's
like
so cold.
too cold.
Come
Like,
on, I follow you on Instagram. You wouldn't love to be in a beautiful location for your fight? That's
You
not.
know, I'm not into fighting in gyms in foreign countries. I'm a undisputed champion. I just won my belts in Madison Square Garden. I pro debut in T-Mobile Arena. Stop playing with me, please.
I'm sure they got more than gyms
In Costa Rica, I'm sure. But I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Shots fired for real. Okay. So what happened with Savannah Marshall? Is she serious, or did anything come from the call out? Do you think that you can also get that fight?
We were having talks with her promoter, and we kind of hit a brick wall. But I'm fighting Hannah Gabriels. I keep it moving. This train stops for no one.
For sure. Can you talk about that performance with Savannah specifically? I know that Clarissa looked fantastic, but I feel like a lot of people expected more from Savannah, or at least her fans did. What did you see?
I know what I was expecting. I mean, take it this way. When you fight subpar competition, right? Because she ducked me as well. She started at 168, was going to heavyweight, then she went to 160. But when you continue to fight subpar competition, when you fight souped up welterweights, when you pull people out of 2 years retirement, or you double back on someone who's been getting their ass whooped for the past 4 years to make a statement, it's going to show in the ring. So that is why competition or reaching for greatness is very necessary. Savannah is talented. When she was an amateur, she was very talented. She's strong. And certain fights bring out certain things in people. And I feel like after she's fought Clarissa and knew what it takes to continue to be a champion and had to deal with adversity, I know when I get a hold of her, it'll be a greater fight.
I was call you Coach. Champ, are you still with Barry? Because that's why I went to Coach, because I'm automatically thinking about Coach Barry, because we just had Anthony Peterson on not too long ago. So you are with Coach Barry?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
You going to finish your career with him, you think?
Yeah, of course. This is the difference, right? And this is one of the things B taught me and my husband Glenn, right? He said, I can get fish for you. And this is a common saying, I can get fish for you, but I'm going to teach you how to fish. I want you to learn how to fish so you never go hungry. I was already a fisherwoman when I came to be. I was already a national champion. I was already established as a fighter. I've already, even as in my career now, I've always been in the driver's seat for my career because I wanted to educate myself and I learned. And, when I had questions, I would ask Barry. And that's just me. I'm a leader. So I can't speak on other people and their experiences. But me and mine, we always been go-getters and we always, kept our eyes on the prize and educated ourselves.
To go back to that Savannah fight.
That's the type of person I am. I never want to be like somebody didn't give me something or people were taking from me. You're not going to take anything from me. And I always keep my destiny in my own hands. Nobody's going to ever make me powerless again.
Going back to that Savannah fight, being as though that on that side of the pond, they're paying so much, is that a fight that obviously you're willing to do over there? Or is that a fight that you wouldn't do outside of your home country?
Well, I'm a world champion, so I'm good in any hood. For me to come over there, of course, it would take the right terms. It will take the right financial compensation because I'm bringing everything to the table. She's bringing the country. I'm bringing the belts. You want to be a champ? You're going to have to pay to play. and you're gonna catch these hands. So I have no problem traveling. I love traveling. I love stamping my passport. So it's
French,
nothing. It's nothing.
Franchon, having won the titles on what was probably one of, if not the best card of the year, and then being across the pond for the Clarissa and Alicia doubleheader, just the significance and the growth that we've seen in women's boxing, and all the great fights that the ladies put on for the fans last year.
Yeah, I mean, this is people need to realize it's a lot of work inside the ring, but outside the ring is more important too. Like I want to be there for those moments. I want to support other women boxing. Like when people see that we take our sport serious, they take us seriously. So, 2022 is just the beginning and 2023 is going to be even better. Look at the car on the fourth and you got your girl on the car and that's a great opportunity.
No, the card on the fourth is definitely a good one, and obviously the talks are, especially for that main event, for Serrano, Katie Taylor too, possibly in Ireland. They're talking upwards of 70,000 people in attendance for that one. So the significance, obviously would be huge. And then Lisa Bumgardner going for undisputed. So great things going on for the women right now for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Champ, so
I mean, everybody.
I'm sorry, go for
I'm
it.
sorry.
No, you got it.
No, I don't have nothing.
I was just gonna say, all those years ago, when right before turning pro, did you ever envision it like this? Because I mean, I've been doing this 12 years now, this show, and man, this is the biggest women's boxing is. It's like it seems like now is the right time to even sign women. Like if you're a manager, you're better off getting a woman because in 4 or 5 fights, she's a champion already, depending how you move her.
I mean, look, you got Bob Arum, the longest ranking promoter. He's been doing in the business 50 years, and it's just now that he has signed, 2 women to his.
And Senisa's only his second.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So obviously, with Michaela being the first.
But again, to revisit the question, did you ever envision it being this big and booming, or did you see it even bigger?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know I'd be pro, put it that way, but I consider myself a new age pioneer. And the amateurs, this all started like these Katies and all these girls coming. It started in the amateurs where we were at. When women's boxing was inducted to the Olympics, it was the start of something great. So as we transition from amateurs into the professionals, this is what you're seeing. And it's going to continue to grow with the talent. Like you have, over in the UK, you had the Carolines and the I don't know the girl's name, but I saw her hands. All these girls coming out from these Olympics and world championships.
I think you're talking about Dubois' sister, isn't that Dubois' sister, Caroline Dubois?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, her and there was 2 other girls up there. They were Olympians. I think they go together, perhaps, but I don't know. But just to see the level of competition, and I'm also on the board of directors for USA Boxing. So I was just at their national tournament, and the level of competition, you can't tell if it's a girl or if it's a boy in a ring. So I didn't see myself as professional, but I knew along with the other women, we were doing some great things and just trying to raise the sport of women's boxing. And it's just the fruits of the labor around the world.
Champ, if you had any say on it, what would be the one thing you would like to see for women's boxing this year?
Oh, I want all the girls to get their bag. Like I want everybody to get their bag and their promotion. And we just continue to make great fights, great and entertaining fights.
Champ, since you said that you've been in control of your career since the beginning, obviously it is winding towards the end. Do you see a career in management? I know you work with Peter Kahn. He's a young guy that I'm sure you're – oh, man, did we lose her?
Can you hear me?
Oh, we got you, yeah. He's a young guy that I'm sure you're learning a lot from. Can you see yourself managing other female careers to help them get to your heights? Because not everybody gets to where you've gotten.
Yeah, everybody ain't me. But I'm already in that kind of seat. I work with my husband, Glenn Dezurn Jr. He's actually fighting this month in Florida. And I'm starting to work with some upcoming talent you may know. And need to interview Nasheed Smith. He's a two-time national champion. He just won the Golden Gloves and moved up another weight class to one of USA's. So I've been doing this for a minute, and my career is gonna go as long as I want it to go.
Yo,
Like I got the alien.
he 22, right? He 22, train over there with Barry, right? Yeah, I just met him this weekend. Pretty dope kid.
Back to fights, you didn't say hi.
Champ, man, they had me in the heaven tops. I was up there in the rap. They had me in the press box upstairs. Nah, but I met him in a barbershop. He came to Sean Porter's event over the weekend earlier that day, so I met him there, and yeah, he was pretty dope.
He's a very great combination. Hard work ethic. He can box. He could bang. He has height and he has charisma. So then I found some females to work with as well. But to answer your question, I've already been in that seat, and I do work with Peter Kahn, one of the best managers in the game, and he's gonna continue to help me develop my brand and develop my career as a fighter and on the management side.
For sure, yeah, I think that would be something that a lot of these females could need is, the mentorship and that guidance.
What would, having learned on the job, what would be like the one tip for a woman fighter specifically on growing her brand and getting herself out there? Because even with your guy at the barbershop, we was telling, I'm like, bro, and when you get picked up, like there's no path in this. So I'm like, you have to do things for yourself. You have to put your face out there. You have to put your name out there. You have to maybe go put a smile on, shake a couple hands, and maybe kiss a few babies, because this the world we live in, and you got to get yourself out there. But what would be the one thing you would advise, especially to a woman fighter?
Well, educate yourself. Educate yourself on a business. Well, first and foremost, put the work in, because you can have all the publicity and all of that, and if you can't deliver, it's hard. They build you super high to fall really low. So put your career first and invest in your career as far as your work ethic. Educate yourself on the business. Do not be afraid to speak up for yourself. We're already females in a male-dominated arena. And like you said, you have to put yourself out there. People think things are given to me. That I invest. That's why you see me at fights. I invest in my career. I invest in my brand. And you have to have a clear vision of what you want. You can't just think because you see somebody else with something that's going to work for you. As you said, there is no blueprint. It's nobody like me. Like, yeah, you have Clarissa, who's a beautiful, big Black woman who's successful. But me and her paths are two totally different things.
And even with her, and even with her, like she created the path. She was the first one to ever do it. It was like the first. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, now we don't even know if the Olympics are going to be available 2024 in Paris or 2028 here in the U.S. Like, it's unfortunate.
And even her path could have been better.
I was the big dog before she came. So, I was there every step of the way through her Olympic thing, and she took it and ran with it. And like you said, there was no blueprint. And it's just, that's why we have to be vigilant in what we do now as women and professional, getting eyes on the sport, having great fights, standing for something, because if you fall for anything, then you're going to get anything. But yeah, you just got to keep pushing.
Yeah, man. At least things are turning around, man. It's not as difficult as it was. Women are getting on television more and more. They're having full-blown women's-only cards.
No, I mean, look.
We were at the convention. I just want to get into this because you weren't there, and I wanted to get your thoughts. Obviously, two topics that continue to come up at the conventions are the 3 minutes, 2-minute or 3-minute rounds. The other alternatives some females are saying are
instead of
12 rounds, 2 minutes
instead of doing 10 3-minute rounds, starting at 12 2-minute rounds. What are your thoughts? Because obviously, champ, I've been in a lot of gyms, and I swear to God, I've only seen one woman spar 2-minute rounds, and after she did, I bet on her to get knocked out, and she did. So, I'm sure you doing.
What?
Excuse me.
Who got knocked out?
The girl Jessica McCaskill fought.
Jessica McCaskill fought her. It was like before Chantel, I believe. But nonetheless, I'm sure you at Barry's doing 3 minutes at least.
With men,
more than likely, right?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? Would you be okay to it? And would you, what are your thoughts on the possible 12 2-minute rounds?
Uh-oh, she froze.
Well, especially with the WB. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you
now.
back.
Okay. With the WBC, we've been talking about this since I think the 2019 convention, as far as having fights that's equivalent to the men, and they say the science behind that. But for us, I feel like if we're not getting paid more, we shouldn't fight more. But I've come to the realization I'm okay with the 12 2-minute rounds. I'm okay with that. I think that's a good step in the right direction, because some sanctioning bodies aren't going to allow the 3 minutes for women, But I think 12 2-minute rounds is pretty good. I'll do that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Whatever they put, I'm gonna throw down. But yeah.
It seems like it's kind of up to the fighter, right? Because Beatrice Ferreira just had her pro debut. And I mean, now she's 2-0, but she had her pro debut, and her pro debut was a 3-minute fight per round.
Yeah, and that was a great stance, and that was a great showing that, hey, I'm an Olympic level athlete, a gold medalist, I think, or silver. Sorry if I get it wrong, but she's coming out to show, hey, we can do it, and that's about the bold step. That's what women are doing. Even from me and Clarissa fight, 2 Olympic level fighters pro debuting. But as I said, some of the sanctioning bodies like the WBC will not sanction a fight for 10 3-minute rounds. So yeah, you could fight, but you don't want to lose your opportunity at a title.
For sure. Now the other
rounds.
Absolutely. The other subject obviously was whether or not to allow transgender boxing. What's your stance? Obviously the WBC came out and gave what's their solution, but what is your stance before we talk about their solution to it?
Oh, that has nothing to do with me, long as the person across the ring from me, and I hope for any other fighter, is clean, drug-free, and I just want an even playing field across the board.
Especially with your experience, champ.
Wait. But you didn't distinguish gender, so you're saying it doesn't matter as long as they clean?
No, I said an even playing field. So if I'm a woman, if I'm a biological woman, I would prefer to fight a biological woman who is clean of any enhancements or anything that will, make them different from me. I just want the even. Also for the men too. So, we've had instances like one of my former friends in boxing. Well, we're cool still, but they decided to transition, but they transitioned and fought into the gender that they prefer to identify as. But I mean, I think for the safety of everyone, I feel the fighters should just, it should be even all across the board.
And since Danny brought up your experience that truly isn't anything to do with this, I did want to touch on it because outside of her testing positive, I thought that was an amazing fight. One of those, like, Gotti, one of those fights, like, that was an amazing fight. I felt horrible that, she cheated you. And remember, I interviewed you and warned you. I said, Champ, you better check because I could tell something was cooking. And damn, I hate that I was right. But, like, I still also hate that she tested positive because, like, I guess ultimately my question is, are you mad that it ended up that way because you can't fight her again? Like, that's a Wilder Fury type fight for me. Like, no, I wouldn't mind seeing you fight her again and even again unless you knocked her out. I know maybe for you as a fighter, having a fight in such a brawl, you probably don't want to do it again. Right. But, like, for us as fight fans, that shit was a classic outside of her cheating.
If you got to cheat for a whole year just to get a weak split decision that you really didn't deserve, you don't want to see me not with the drugs. So, I mean, of the fighter and me, hell yeah. Like I even said, as soon as the fight was over and I did an interview on my phone, I said I wanted a rematch. I want a rematch because in my heart, I didn't feel that I lost. But due to the circumstances, the universe corrected everything for me. And yes, it's a traumatic situation. And if my experience had to bring light to some injustice in this sport, that's so be it. And look, now everybody will have an opportunity to compete. But I know that you got to cheat for a year. You don't want to fight me without it.
So you're saying she was in training for a year for you for that fight? Gee.
We were supposed, when I fought and won my first WBC title, her promoter was right next to me. Like he was there ringside. We were originally supposed to fight in September when I won my WBO belt, but all of a sudden the day before we supposed to weigh in, they couldn't come. They couldn't make weight. So I already knew what was up. And then months later, we fight and this happened. So I was hit.
Do you think going through that situation, and I don't mean any of the testing, negative, I mean just that type of, brawl of a fight, you think that you've learned from that and you won't be in that situation? You'll be able to hypothetically do a Tank Isaac Cruz, more pivots and box more, or sometimes you just gotta fight?
I mean, I think I started off too aggressive, but I feel like in order for me to survive, I was like a ballerina and I was still throwing combination. I was hurt for like 3 or 4 rounds before I ever got my wits back.
Wow.
So I think, and I was landing combinations. So my style is just my style anyway. I'm never going to appease anyone because they're going to think I should fight this way or that way. Trust and believe I know what I'm doing. I won't successful as an amateur and successful as a pro if I didn't. But of course, I learned just to be more disciplined, listen to my corner, and my next fight was better, and I was 2 days off of COVID. So, it's always.
I want to be clear. I never thought you did anything wrong in that fight. I don't think, that was an amazing fight. Like, you showed tremendous heart. And just to find out after the fight that she wasn't even clean and you was able to do that to someone that wasn't on even, like, nah, you showed an amazing, that was, I'm just mad that, obviously because she wasn't clean, she retired too. It was just everything so strange. It's so sad that, like, I get it. She felt shame.
It was nothing I did. I mean, honestly, it was a little slap on the wrist as far as the punishment, but I just keep it moving. Nobody stops this train. And, that's why I always strive for greatness. And, every time I get in the ring with somebody, I will hope they bring the best out of me. And that's why I'm going to keep fighting.
Champ, is Clarissa Shields, is that who you see, like, having maybe a trilogy with, and really stamping your name in the books and riding off into the sunset? Is that your
super fight?
Yeah, your super fight, I guess, because you guys obviously faced each other, pro debut. Like I said, I was ringside for that one, so I would love to see you guys run it back.
Well, I mean, it's an honor to already be in the history books. And I mean, she's done so much, and that's one of we're friends outside the ring, but that's one of my favorite dancing partners because she has something in her that I see like a little me, because I know how hard-headed and stubborn I am, but that girl really, when she talking, she really mean it, and she gonna die trying to do it. So I respect that because that's how I'm built. But yeah, I mean, if the opportunity and the money is up for it, fine. Yeah, we just have to make sure people support it. Like, I think we're worth, especially her, and I think we're worth it. People know they're gonna get a great show,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
let me just, what weight realistically would that rematch take place for you?
Champ, you hear us?
Oh, say it one more time. It like messed up a little.
Yeah, did you? Oh, I
Can
was
hear you
asking.
now.
I was asking you realistically, at what weight do you think the rematch could take place for you? Because obviously you've never gone down like her. So where does Franchon think
I'm
that could happen?
I'm going to 160. Like I'm a as an air pound for pound. Like I fought 3 different weight classes.
We lose.
She's
Champ.
gonna be down for whatever. She will come at the 160. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you were cutting out there for a bit.
All right, my apologies. I know how she's built, and I know she'll come at the 68. And if it's, I'll come to 60. I have no problem, not at all. It's whatever.
Bad. That's great news. Well, Champ, I think that's all our questions. I don't know. Do you have anything else, Danny?
Nah, that's it for me.
Actually, we have some questions from the people.
Oh,
if you have
Patreon.
time. I got in the
Okay, cool.
504.
You see how
It's only 3. Ruin the 504. What's holding women's boxing back from gaining more relevancy?
Well, I think what we do, I think we put on great performances. We have to get the fans to support. We need our male counterparts to support. We need other sports to support. Like if you were there this weekend and saw Tank fight, how he brought everyone out. We would hope that other influencers and celebrities come and support us as well. But we got to get the promoters to put us on and just, keep fighting.
I have Brandon in Houston. You've already answered this, but I want to shout him out. He says, what's your thoughts on the announcement of the transgender division in the WBC? You've already spoke on that. James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas says, non-boxing question. Are you a pet lover, dogs or cats?
Yes, I am a proud cat mom of 2, Mr. Hash Brown and TJ3, and they are the best cats. They're the realest. And yes, I love animals. They're like better than humans.
Well, Champ, that's all our questions. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on. Please give out your social media for anybody crazy enough not to be following you. But thank you once again.
Yes, you guys, thank you for having me. The Boxing Voice. I'm glad we got to chat.
Appreciate it.
You can follow me on Instagram and at the HH Diva. That's THEHHDIVA. And I'm on TikTok. I'm not that cool, but I'm up there. So thank you guys, and you have
Champ,
a great day.
really quick, what was the date for the fight again? The date. What was the date again?
It's it'll be in March, but once I get all the facts, because we're still putting it together. Once I get it, you guys will know.
And remember to keep dropping content on the
first quarter 20.
Remember to keep dropping content on, your other.
Will.
Yeah, because I'm definitely locked into that. Thank you, Champ. Thanks, guys. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Franchon Crews-Dezurn, world champion, undisputed champion, taking on Hannah Gabriels. I can't wait for that. I'm disappointed. Why do fighters feel like that? Like, see, I'm such a Caribbean at heart. Like, I would love to fight in Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Like, I wouldn't take that as a diss. I would love to go to Hannah's hometown and watch them fight in an amazing outdoor arena or some shit.
Somebody said that the venue Yocasta Valle fought out there in September on the Zone. That they said that was a nice venue in Costa Rica, but
bro, I didn't even know Yocasta Valle fought out there. That's what happened.
Yeah, that was the Marv Nation Golden Boy
in Costa Rica.
In Costa Rica.
Damn.
In September.
See, we didn't even know Marv then.
No, we did not.
But let's see. We got callers on Blog Talk, and they're saying they lost sound. I don't know what's up with that. But I got Amin. Talk to me.
Yo.
We hear you.
I can't hear y'all, but There we go. Great interview with a Renaissance woman in this sport. Yo, Ness, I had sent it. I know you don't usually check the pre-pro during interviews, man, but one thing I heard, it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? She's like T.K. Kirkland. Like, she was there for everything in history, like on some Forrest Gump shit, but she's not getting the recognition.
So she's saying, well, I was big dog before Clarissa. So I think a lot of people need to go back and do their history and definitely see. She did not only with the design, I'm sure y'all covered it. She sings. She's got an album out. She obtained her bachelor's degree at a later age in life in business management. So it's funny because a lot of female fighters, they can come into the game later. I think their maturity, because they got to go through so much. They're really, the whole female system is so recent, man. Just shout out to women's boxing. I love it so much, man. They gotta do so much, man. But I do like the fact that, I mean, she's on her way on the other side because of her position. So get the Hannah Gabriel's fight, get the Savannah Marshall fight, and then maybe, if it makes sense, the Clarissa Shields fight. I'd like to see her move into the business aspect of it and guide some of these young fighters, man. So salute to her, man. I'm just calling in to, the topic. Boots, right?
The topic, champ. Talk to us. What are your thoughts?
Like, who's not entitled to a bad night, man? Like, and listen, when I say bad night, bad entertainment-wise, like maybe watching a movie and it didn't end the way you wanted it, so you're going to shit on the rest of the movie? No, we're not. At least anybody with a fucking brain is not going to detract from his ability because of one isolated performance. You
must never seen a Sopranos, champ. People was breaking they TV sets, the ending of that show.
But you know what it did? It gave, you're right, but it gave legs to a legacy that lasted so much longer. They even made a movie about it, you know what I mean? The mini States of York. Right. So sometimes, you know what I mean? Like the story's never written just because of one bad episode. You don't throw away the season of the show, you know what I mean? Boots Ennis, I think he needed, I mentioned it as much, he needed that round just so he knows, get some maturity in there, you know what I'm saying? But not going to hold up the line. You fellas keep putting in that work. Danny, glad to see you made it back. And, y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Appreciate you, champ. Have a good one.
It's getting spicy. Shadaza says she got an announcement coming, too.
Yeah, she on the February 4th card in New York City. Matchroom, the zone. Fuck with me.
You heard Franchon slip that up.
Fuck with me. Don't fuck without me. Fuck with me. Yes, sir. I'm hoping to be at that one.
Hey, yo.
I'm going to apply, like, media.
Who's on? They ain't got nobody. Matchroom ain't signing her, though, right? They don't got nobody in that division? Or they going to sign her to make the Franchon fight?
Nah. We going to see. I mean, obviously, if she comes up February 4th, puts on a spectacular performance, impresses Eddie, they'll have more than enough.
Because it's boxers, the other side. They the ones, you feel me? They the ones invested in that division like that. But if you're on Blog Talk, I need you to press one time. She said, and I'm 33, not 34. My bad. She heard the interview already.
Bro, you know that she like 35.
Who?
Franchon.
But she's 35 accomplished, Poppy. That's what I'm trying to say.
I hear you.
That's what I'm trying to say. And whatever, it is what it is, Because it shouldn't have went that way. But she already thought I'm advocating for Shadasia, and I'm not. I'm just advocating for, like, the mandatory. You feel me? The same thing. I was in this position with Earl and Eddie asking for consistent extensions. If you haven't pressed one on Blog Talk, that means you ain't ready to rock and roll, which means you don't want to voice your opinion, which means we can roll up out of here and get on with the rest of our day.
We actually have a very important meeting.
Yeah, we got a meeting after this to go see a new studio. We probably have a new daytime studio, and we also have another meeting after that. So, Jip. Okay, we got, who is this?
Who up next, champ? Talk to us.
I feel like this is J. Will in Ohio.
Dímelo.
It ain't no J. Will in Ohio.
Who this? Jonathan Sims?
It's your boy. You know it.
Jonathan.
What up?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
All good.
Sensational.
Yes, sir. Man, you know I'm from Ohio. I just live in North Carolina. But actually, I'm not even going to come at you like that because it's a lot to retain from the different callers where they from. So, sometimes you have to repeat things 3 times for people to get it. So Yeah, my 330 number. Anyways, Ness, I think you should stand on what you're saying about Shadasia. Like, A, I agree. If she's next, she deserves a shot. But B, like, you're rooting for her, and I think that's okay.
No,
Like, it's
I'm
nothing
not
against the
rooting
other
though.
five.
I'm not rooting. Like,
You
I
like
do. I
her.
know
Like,
her.
you're a fan of her.
No. So this is what it is, right? Like, had I not known her and she was Hamadouche, the mandatory to Michaela Mir, yeah, I wouldn't be talking about it because I don't know her. But I know the mandatory, so I'm talking about it. That's all.
Okay, and I'm even better. But you don't like her as a fighter? You don't think she's a good fighter?
I think she's an animal. Yo, which is funny because
Okay.
I'm getting mad messages. She like, how she gonna tell y'all she don't know me? Here's a picture of her tagging me on Instagram saying she getting work with me. It shows me the picture of them spawn.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why fighters and trainers do that lame stuff. Like,
Well, no.
picking up with-
Because the way you phrase it, I think is like you and I both know that like she's a beast and she's like, I don't know nothing. Basically meaning like if she admits that she knows, like, yeah, I know because she put hands on me. But she's saying she don't know. You get what I'm saying? Because she like, man, you crazy.
okay.
I just want my
I don't know
fight.
about her
I
putting
just want
hands.
my fight. Look, outside
Yeah.
of Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields, name another super fight. We already had it. It was Katie Taylor Amanda. After that, Bumgarner, Michaela Mir. After that, the one I just said, Clarissa and Marshall. There's no more. That's why I'm telling her I'm sad for her that Alejandra's gone. Because you know, like everybody's so quick to write that girl off. And yeah, I'm not saying forgive her. I'm saying think of boxing. Like, she's the green print. You have Franchon, the black fighter. She was the Mexican fighter.
Except, you feel me? She ain't look like none of motherfuckers want to look at.
They ain't motherfucking get behind her? You crazy as hell. The WBC, I ain't never seen a motherfucker. They stripped the champ. She test positive. They stripped the champ, man. Stop it, man. Yo, they stood up. They even put out. You forgot they came out.
After, yeah.
You forgot they came out and said, we stand with Alejandra and all these people, taking shots at her because she looks like this and looks like. Come on, man. Stop, man.
And we won that.
They stood by her, man.
But
And
never
Golden
The
Boy,
WBC,
Golden
but
Boy
what
was-
numbers,
Golden Boy
what dollars,
Franchon's
what
promoter and
dollars
didn't
was
even
that
say
gonna
nothing.
translate to? You get what I'm saying? And they're a terrible fucking promoter. That's why.
Bro, all I'm saying is that girl.
The fuck, bro? My man came out with a video with fake fucking abs, yo. It keeps getting sadder
Who?
and sadder. Oscar.
That's fake abs.
Man, I swear, I
Fake, bro.
need to be-
He
What's that?
I
literally
need to be
said
a
that he
fighter.
didn't
That may be
pay
the only time I can
that
talk.
much money to not show him off.
So he got the scoped in ads, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dog, you rich. Why you mad at that man? He ain't working out. He get worked on, man. You crazy? Bruh, this dude crazy. My
So
man
y'all
got an
just-
$18
y'all
million
gonna go to my
house and he
call?
want him to go do sit-ups. Hey, Jonathan, when you that rich, you ain't got time to do sit-ups. This guy crazy.
You feel me? Anyway, Ness, I like Shadasia. You know you like her as a fighter. I think you're rooting for her to be successful. Obviously, you have to be neutral when it's against someone who's supported TBV.
Jonathan,
but I think it's okay
But
for
did
you
I
to be-
lie? Is
What?
it not the female version of
No.
Jamal Charlo and Canelo?
Absolutely. She's
All
a
right.
beast. She's a beast. And she deserves a shot. But I think all I'm saying is I think it's okay for you to be supporting her and letting these fighters who come on the show know that, because they will want you to support them the same way as you're supporting Shadasia. You're talking about giving someone opportunity who definitely deserves it. She meets the eye test, and that's probably why they don't really care to give her a shot. I'm not saying that they're scared, but it's the risk reward. Speaking of which, Boots, I think two things can be true. I think the callers who are calling in arguing for Boots are overstating it, and I think the people who are calling in arguing against Boots are, putting dubs on it, more or less, to say. Two things can be true. I thought he had a good performance as far as what he was up against and the opposition, but I also think what it exposed was he's not ready for at least a Bud or Spence. I think he's ready for a Keith, but when we talk about just those two guys, it shows he's not ready yet. Like,
I can see
Bud
that.
will stop him. Bud will stop him. He got a better shot against Earl based on the style than he does Bud, because Bud can go so many different speeds. They both might stop him, but he's just not ready for those two. But I think he showed that he's at least a Keith level, and he's right there, but he's not. He showed the other night he's not ready for Earl and Bud only. Now, the other fighters, I think he's definitely ready for it, and that's all that fight showed, which is okay. Like, some people are ready to be champions early. Some people got to go through adversity. Some people lose and bounce back. Speaking of which, Rashidi, like, the only issue I have with that whole situation is these fighters and managers being honest about their reality. As a man, the quicker you're able to accept your reality and deal with it, the better off you will be. The better man won, and let's just deal with that. Like, stop with the excuses. Just accept your reality and deal with it. If you need help, ask for help.
What better man won? What fight we talking about?
Yeah,
Well, I know you
talking about Rashidi.
I know you ain't talking about Rashidi. I mean, you get your ass out of here.
No.
How you gonna call me you're the better fighter, bro?
All I'm simply saying is he lost, right? The results are he lost. The facts is he lost. Whether they agree with it or not, he lost. So the reality is you just lost. You can bounce back from it, but you have to be honest about your performance. If you did great in the first 6 rounds and you can admit that you died out on the second half, you left it up for ambiguity. So, like, let's go back and work on that and just say that, like, look, that fight didn't go the way we wanted it. In this sport, it's about being
Jonathan,
absolute.
No, man, because fights are scored round by round, and that man did enough to win or get a draw. Mathematics don't lie.
And that's fine, but that didn't happen. He lost.
Yeah, but you can't tell him to move on. Because you want him to move on, you can't tell. He didn't lose, so he don't have to lay down. There's still many things he can do. He can contest the fight.
Rematch.
He can contest the fight and demand that they rewatch the fight.
A rematch for sure. But here's my thing. The thing that we both can honestly say, taken away from the fight, is the second half he was not the same fighter as he was in the first half.
And that's all right. And that's all right, but that doesn't mean that you lose the fight. That doesn't mean that you lose the fight. People get tired.
Your name, okay. But he got knocked down twice. Okay.
Bro, it don't fucking matter. Do y'all know how a fight gets scored?
No, they don't. They keep trying to justify these knockdowns in the last round. Like, it don't matter. You don't get extra points for knocking someone down in the last round. You still get the same 1 point, 2 points.
Exactly. Each round is its own specific fight. I'm not disputing that. But you called out the first 6 rounds plus the 8th round is what you gave Rashidi,
which is a minimum
of a 7.
He don't get.
And there's. I feel like round 6 was a little bit more towards the other guy, but to each his own. But the reality is, even if I agree with you that he won the fight, in my opinion, the facts are the judges scored it for the other guy. What are you going to do?
Yes, but that doesn't mean anything, because that's what I'm trying to tell you. That doesn't mean that you lay down, because the judges scored it for Paul Williams, and Islandri Lara contested it, and they got fired and never were allowed to judge another fucking fight in their motherfucking life again. So you go lay down. You go lay down. They not laying down. His trainer came on this show and said they not laying down. They gonna contest.
And if he thinks that he's won, I never said that he shouldn't contest. But what I'm saying is,
you tell him to move on. You telling him worse than that.
Because I don't think it's going to get reversed. I thought he lost.
Well,
period. And I think he needs to be honest with himself and work on the flaws that he has. Like, that's the problem that I wasn't hearing. Like, what are you going to be doing to get better in the ring? All he kept saying was that man come to the gym with his son every day, and he work hard, like some Anthony Peterson type shit. Like, it's not about running through the wall faster and faster and faster. It's about maybe going around the wall, opening the door. Like, don't just work harder. You got to be smart with the shit you're doing. And there was things in that fight that contributed into being the controversy that we have of him winning or losing. I just think that they need to make sure that that's one of the things that they're focusing on, the technique and the skill and the ability for him to continue to get better and not be in that position again. For sure, it's glaring that he needs to work on his power. So, like, come on, man. Like, it's just not enough honesty with these trainers to these fighters and these fighters to these trainers. And that's why we're not getting the quality of boxing that we deserve. Like, it's okay that he lost. Just go back and get better.
He didn't lose.
That's going to be a better story anyway. All right. What happened? What did the judges say?
The judges don't know shit about
okay.
boxing.
I didn't see their interview. Did you?
Okay.
No.
So, yeah, I'm not sure what they said, champ.
I'm not saying judges don't make mistakes, but as of today, as of right now, the facts are Rashidi
So
Ellis
how many
on the card.
How many rounds did you give Rashidi?
Exactly. Because judges don't make mistakes. Meanwhile, what was it? Mayweather Canelo had a draw scorecard when my man didn't win one fucking round.
Oh yeah, that.
You talking about he ain't win one round? You drunk as hell.
Canelo won a
Referees
round?
make mistakes.
Bro, Canelo ain't get swept.
Canelo won a round on your scorecard?
Yeah.
What was it? That was a 10-2.
No, Canelo got swept.
10-2. Man, that shit was 11-1, if that.
No.
The fuck? What round you get?
Bro,
Yeah,
I ain't watched it.
My man named Alvarez. He gave Canelo a round.
He didn't get swept.
No. Floyd swept that boy.
This
Floyd,
dude
and
crazy.
Canelo, if he was being honest,
That
he
was one
would've
of Floyd's
been-
best
he would've been-
performances, man.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
How old were you when that happened?
Absolutely.
Shit, I was
That's
in
half
high
your
school.
age, man.
Nah,
Danny was like 16, maybe 15.
word.
Right. Jonathan, man, we out. I got hella callers. Gotta go.
You talking silly on
Gotta
our phone line. Adios.
go.
Who next?
A bunch of people.
Drive by.
Bunch of people in this is Texas. Looking like. Okay, new number. Definitely is.
We're just gonna call you by your state. Wherever your state from. Bow. Texas, we gonna call you Texas.
Bow. Definitely a new number in Tejas. Who's this?
What's up with it? This Jew, man. What's up? What's good with it? What's up?
You said Drew or Jew?
Jew. What's up with it? Jew. J-U. Jew.
What up,
champ?
Jew? Talk to us. You in Houston?
What's good with it? Yeah.
Talk to us.
Man, first of all, how y'all doing today, man? Happy New Year's to everybody, man.
Likewise, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Man, okay, let's get on the Jaron Boots, man. I really feel like he's a humble guy. He really a humble guy. But when it comes to Earl Spence and things like that, I just don't feel like he have the strength to he don't have the strength to go against them guys yet. I mean, he do got a name, but I don't think he got the strength to go against them guys yet, man. And you could tell me if I'm wrong or not. I'm here to listen, and learn. But as far as I've been seeing, he do got a name for himself, but he ain't messing with Earl. He ain't messing with Charlo. He ain't messing with none of them guys, man. To be honest, if he gonna go take that round of 12, he ain't messing with them guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, man, I can't argue with you, man. Based off this last performance, it does look like he might need another, like a Butayev or someone else before you put him in there with a Bud or a Earl.
Yeah. And I like that fight with Javante too, man. And it's crazy how what's that dude name in the audience that was arguing with Meek Mill, man? That's crazy. He hating on Tank. He hating on Tank so bad, man. Gary Russell, man. I don't know why he paid for the fight to go to go and hate on that man, man. And he man, that's crazy, man.
Well, I'm sure he ain't pay. I'm sure
he want to fight Tank so bad.
Yeah, I don't know if he claims they're keeping Tank away from him.
I mean, what else is happening, bro? My man been talking shit about Tank for like 7 years, man. That shit is it's getting weird already. Gary. Like, when they gonna let him fight Tank?
Yeah,
like, how
man.
much shit could he talk about Tank and they not let them
And
fight?
I really want to see him fight Tank. To be honest, I really want to see him fight Tank.
And if that building got filled out with Hector, who's Dominican, imagine how it would look with Gary.
Who? Yeah. Yeah. See, Hector, it was a good tough task. You know, he
I'm
ain't
not
a big
gonna
name,
lie.
but
All
I
that
feel like
Dominican talk,
I feel
I ain't seen not one flag in the building.
Yeah, it wasn't no flag in there, man. But I really feel like Tank is doing his part inside the sport now. In other words, to Floyd, Tank taking over. Tank taking over, and Tank is the spot, and everybody wants that spot. But I don't feel like ain't nobody taking, not even Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson got Jay Prince and all them in his corner trying to hype him up or whatever, and hanging around Houston guys, you know, because he was over there when Takeoff, RP Takeoff, man. He was over there when Takeoff got killed, man, around Jay Prince now, man. I feel like Shakur Stevenson is a threat, but he not a threat against Tank, man. These people call like Ryan Garcia, these people calling Tank out, man. These people need to stay humble and stay away from Tank, man. Because Tank ain't go out doing all that. Tank stay humble. Tank ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't put himself out there like that, you know? And all these people getting this hype with Shakur Stevenson calling him out, Devin Haney. I was on this other called H Money on his live, and I never seen you. I always watch your live, but I never seen you post your number, man. I always try to get on here and speak my opinion about the fight, you know, because I love watching fights, man. I've been through some stuff myself, man, but thing is, man, I feel like Tank taking over, and anybody call Tank out, they gonna get theirs. But you know, I did see some flaws in Tank though. I ain't gonna lie. Tank my favorite fighter. He my favorite fighter, but I seen some flaws in that fight.
Well, Champ, let me get to some other callers. We do appreciate you calling in. We got LV Slugger. What up?
TBV, fellas.
What up, Champ?
How's it sound?
All right.
What up, man? Yeah, nice weekend, man. Definitely enjoyed the weekend. Like I told y'all earlier on the earlier show, I was watching it with a bunch of casuals. So, you know, it was just a mixed view on everything. You know, they want to see the knockout. They want to see somebody get knocked out. So, you know, of course they enjoyed the Tank fight, you know, having the man do what he did in the corner. But with Boots, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, you know, he looked normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't expecting this. You know, if we go on based off his previous fights, you know, he was stopping everybody, getting him up out of there. But we finally get a guy in there that, you know, gave him trouble, you know, made it difficult for him to get that stoppage. And, you know what I'm saying, to his credit, he did, you know, to the judge's opinion, won every round. But there was just things in there I was seeing to where I don't think he's ready for them two top names, the two champions at welterweight, and Spence and Bud. You know, I do think he still needs a little bit more seasoning to his craft, you know, before he gets in there with them champions right now. But, you know, and the energy after the fight, you know, I didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? You talking about you waiting on what Spence going to do. I feel like then you just earn your mandatory position. Like, this what you waiting on. I think you need to be just calling them out. Like, come on, let's get it on. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, you know, he just need more work now. You know what I mean? And I've been calling for that Boutier fight. You know, I wanted that fight before, you know, this guy just made his name. You know, he basically just made a name for himself, the Karen guy. And you said earlier you don't want to see him again. I disagree. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight again. You know, put him in there with a Kavalasquez or something like that. Karen, you know, put him in there with one of them names. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing him, see if these guys
Man,
can.
you tripping, man. Kavalasquez just fought Karen, man.
Oh, he already beat Karen?
I mean, he just fought him.
Beat Michael Crooks.
And what's the difference? They both ain't got no power. They both boxers. What is we talking about?
Nah, Karen, he didn't get knocked down.
Karen and Michael
Boots,
Fox.
the guy who was getting knocking dudes out. Come on, man. Karen out here he gave Boots problems, man. I feel like he was getting hit with the same left hook all night. Same left hook. Boots was coming in, that same shot. He didn't make no adjustments to it. The same left hook all night. So, I mean, I feel like, come on, what you gonna do if Crawford hits you with that same left hook? You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I just feel like just give him more work. I heard the Villa fight may be possible.
Crawford throws
I wouldn't mind that, him versus Villa. I mean, he's a switch. He does it all, man. I feel like Crawford does it all. He does, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we're talking different levels when we're talking Crawford. But yeah, man, I like to fill a fight for him or the Boutier, one of them names. You know, to give him that somebody that's gonna stand right there. You know, got some power and that's gonna bang it out with him. So see what he can do with him. But yeah, man, I want to put him in there with them champions right now though. Like I said, them two names is definitely where I would go. See what he do with him. But yeah, man, that's all I really got, man. That's all I got.
All right. Looks like we got Big Boss. Nino, what up?
Yo, I'm in here, dog. I ain't never heard so many people switch on a fighter for winning 12 rounds straight in my life, dog. It's crazy how many niggas just switched up on Boots after this performance, man. But with the whole thing, dog, how they talk about how Crawford, he ain't ready for Crawford and all them, bro. Crawford and Earl ain't finna give up 12 rounds straight to that dude, bro. It's gonna be a totally different fight. Like, and neither of them move like Karen do. Like, I don't even, like, that dude Karen got some of the best footwork you gonna see all year, bro. The nigga was moving 12 rounds. He literally ain't stopped moving. You know what I'm saying? Nigga stamina was on 100 at the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about, like, shit, it ain't just that easy to stop a nigga like that. They act like, oh, go to the body, KO him, get him out of there, it's over with. Like, bro, that nigga was moving like goddamn it, I don't know what. You feel me? He was moving like he 99 overall footwork or something. And about Tank, I'm getting tired of these niggas talking about Tank and his opponents, dog. Everybody talk about he be cherry picking. He ain't fighting nobody. I was arguing with a motherfucker in the chat earlier. I'm like, bro, from 130 to 140, how many motherfuckers you think can actually beat Tank? The nigga named 2 fighters. I'm like, bro, so what you want him to do? Nigga fight them 2 and then retire? Like, come on, bro, you gotta be active. I'm like, shit, everybody you think he gonna get in there with you think he gonna beat anyway, so you gonna say they a bum till you get in a fight where you feel like he can lose. Man, that's why I'm ready for same thing with Boots, bro. Like, I don't even care about this nigga fighting Boutier and none of that, bro. It's gonna be the same thing. Nigga, feed him the Spence. If he ain't ready, he ain't gonna be ready. And that's just gonna be his fault. You feel me? It's gonna be like Canelo and Floyd. Shit, if it happened, it happened. But shit, I feel like he ready. Everybody else feel like he ready. They need to make it happen. But for motherfuckers to be all in the chat, I seen him win 12 rounds. Now he not ready. He ain't cut off the ring and all this shit. I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. If he ain't ready, he ain't ready. Let his ass take that L and then keep his career on moving. But like I said, man, I still think he did enough to win every single round. I had it a skunk 12-zip on mine, and I still think he beat Bud and Earl. I don't know about Charlo. I've been for Charlo, though.
Yo,
Charlo got that power, though.
How'd you score Mayweather Canelo?
Shit, I had that damn near. Nigga, that was like 12-zip to me, bro.
Man, cut this motherfucker off. Cut this motherfucker
I
off.
tried to tell him, I don't know what
I ain't gonna
Danny
lie
was
to you,
looking
bro.
at.
I watched that fight hella times. Like,
That shit
that's
probably
one of them fights
11-1.
Where you be like, where you trying to show somebody about Floyd, like where you trying to teach him, like, yo, how great he was. You gonna show that Canelo fight too, nigga. He was. It's like the Gotti one though. No cap, nigga. It's the top 5 fight. No bullshit, bro. Like if you trying to teach somebody about Floyd, you gonna put on that goddamn Gotti fight, probably the Corrales. And that Canelo motherfucker, dog, oh God, he was tearing that boy
Nah, I was
up
just
that
seeing
fight.
if you had it a sweep or not. I didn't have it a sweep.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit, if it wasn't no sweep, bro, he probably had 1, but 2 is pushing it, damn. I ain't even gonna lie to you, fam.
Champ, let me get to somebody else, man. I got to get to some other callers. We running down to time here. I got Tommy in Florida. What up?
What up, Nick? You got me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, whoever that last caller was, yeah, he was spitting fire, boy. I agree with everything he said. Floyd beat Canelo 12-zip, and Boots did the same thing the other day. I don't know, man. You can't really fault Boots for not knocking somebody out that pretty much trained not to get knocked out. People that train to win and people train not to get knocked out. That man was trained. He was training not to get knocked out. Like
I don't believe that. Punch that say he threw just as many punches as your man's.
Yeah, straight up. I know y'all big on punch stats. I'm not, but if like he he was doing a lot of moving. He wasn't trying to engage like that. And even if the punch tag is similar, if I'm pressing the fight and like you're like dude said, his footwork, his get out of trouble game is at a 99% overall. Like if they made a damn boxing game with him on it. So yeah, I don't look at Boots any different from Saturday night. He did his thing. Just somebody, it happened. Somebody come to survive. Like you gonna tell me Spence couldn't knock out a 135 Mikey? Now he ain't got no power. That's not true. Like it's just not true. Every fight ain't the same. Every fight ain't the same. So yeah, like dude said, everything he said was true. That's how I felt. But nah, Boots. If somebody present you a contract and you sign, win or lose, you sign. So if he feel like he ready, it ain't nobody else's place to tell him that he ain't. If his team say, yeah, you ready, and I think he is, looking at him, you know what I'm saying? I feel he is. And I don't see Crawford. Spence damn sure ain't doing half as much moving as that.
Tommy, let me get to some other callers. We on drive-by mode. Ronald Finkley, Vermont, what up?
What's good? What's good? Now, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, this topic, I was looking at your poll, and I was thinking to myself, like, okay, it's not about him being a hype job. It's about, like, the fact is that they didn't prepare themselves for this guy. Like, I feel like they dropped the ball because everybody had Boots in this high regard that he's this knockout artist, and he does it well. He breaks you down systematically and everything. Turns out he don't know how to break shit down. And there's only a 20-foot ring. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just crazy. He's not a hype job, but he definitely is. What was the other part of the poll? It was like another part of the poll. I chose the latter part, whereas I just felt like
Boots had a bad night.
Yeah, he had a bad night. That's what I took it as. So, he got exposed he had a bad night, but they also didn't do their homework. Like, they should have been studying tapes. Boots talking about Mike Tyson this. He was watching all these Mike Tyson tapes. Well, where was the Mike Tyson at then?
I mean, he did try to do it. He did try to do it. You ain't see him?
Nah, I saw him get frustrated, and he was standing up, hugging the guy, looking around like, damn, I can't knock this dude out. That's what I saw around the championship rounds. I saw somebody who was visibly frustrated because he didn't know how to get rid of this guy. And everybody talking about he's running. I didn't see him running at all. I saw him boxing and using the ring, and Boots couldn't do nothing with him as far as like how he was going to touch him to the body, do something. I just saw somebody who's green. He's still green to me now because he went 12 rounds. He green to me. He needs to fight Ortiz. That's what I want to see right away.
Champ, got to get to another caller. Sushi, Baltimore, what up?
What's up, guys? He fucked Ortiz up. But can y'all hear me?
Yep. You said he knocking Ortiz out.
Yeah, he would fuck Ortiz out. But hopefully this makes him a more enticing fight. Like, people would want to get in the ring with him because he was the boogeyman of that division. As far as Tank, Ryan's in trouble. And I got to respect what Boo Boo did this weekend. No hate.
Right.
That's it. That's my call.
All right, champ.
All right.
Renard, what up?
Yo, what's going on, TBB? How y'all doing?
Chilling.
Straight.
I can hear me the audio straight. I'm in the gym right now. Is it like background noise or anything?
No, we hear you.
All right, bet. Danny, I'm glad you had a good time out at DMV. Glad hometown showed you some love. As far as the topic, man, everybody just needs to relax. I think people just, like you said, Boots is a known knockout artist. This dude, nobody knew the guy. Like, there's no footage of this dude. Like you said, Karenchenko, a motherfucker came out there ice skating in the motherfucking ring, moving around. And people were just like, yo, we don't know this dude. Boots should just get this man out in a hurry. Pretty sure everybody had their bets for him getting a second-round knockout. I certainly had him getting a second-round knockout or 1 through 6. But the dude just literally came in there to try to survive, man.
We certainly did. You know who didn't?
You know
Gary Antoine Russell.
Why?
Yeah,
That's what the fight was over.
Meek Mill was getting ready to snuff this man.
That's what it was over. He was saying, like, yo, I've been in the ring with him. This shit going 12. I know that style.
But it happened during the Tank fight.
I don't know.
Well, I don't.
Bro, that shit was like that shit was.
You're right. You're right.
That
It
shit was like
going
round
Tank fight.
6 of the Tank fight.
Maybe they was arguing like, I told you so. I told you that shit was going 12. You thought your boy was something. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't really know, but that shit. Oh yeah, everybody needs to relax, man. I still think Boots is not overhyped. I still think he's the truth. I feel like what it did show me is that maybe he isn't ready for Crawford and Spence, but I'm not going to sit here and say that he's overhyped. If anything, since the Stanionis fight isn't happening no more, you need to fucking fight Virgil, Ugas, or if Keith Thurman is looking at it, he's like, yo, Keith Thurman moves good too. Maybe he could be like, maybe I could take this dude. So go ahead and play with Boots if y'all want to, man.
All right, champ. No, thanks for calling in. We got a new call in the 419. 419. Who this? Ohio.
Hey, what up, Ness? It's C-Bud. Not C-Dub, C-Bud.
C-Bud with that fire. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. What's his name? What's his name? Boots, man. I think he looked good, man. He didn't do the best, but he had a guy that, was on his back foot, using his great footwork and just moving around the ring and throwing some pot shots, catching Boots sometimes. But I can't call Boots overrated, man, based on what he's done to all the other opponents before this one. Karen fought like a Karen, in my opinion. But Tank, goddamn, made a dude go blind in one eye. Never heard that before.
Word.
What y'all think about that?
Nah, that was crazy, man. You know that was crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, yo, and I love that y'all smoke on the smoke, man, because I'm a smoker myself, man. So I love the show. I'm going to watch it to my last day. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. I hope to meet y'all sometime.
Appreciate it, man.
Ring Walk Danny, man. What's up, baby?
What it do?
I love what you do, man. I love what both of y'all do, man. Keep up the good work, man. I'll see y'all sometime.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Damn, I got the champ on the line, so everybody about to get jacked for their time. Shadeja, what up?
Bro,
Yo, the boxing boys, TBV, what up, man?
What up?
Nothing, man. I'm listening to y'all show, and of course, I realize y'all got Franchon Crews on. So, and I'm coming back on y'all show Friday, but I have a huge announcement this week happening. So I can't really give any specifics, but I just really want to talk. I'm gonna touch on y'all topic too, but I just really want to talk about was Cap. I was never, ever, ever offered to fight for Franchon Crews. All right, and in no place or world will she ever end my career. She pretends to not know me. I'm going to just keep it plain. I sent y'all a photo of her tagging me for sparring when we were on a USA team together. I respect her as a champion as such because that's exactly what she is. But all the rest of that stuff is cap. Even coming down to being an Olympian, the Olympics came at a certain amount of years, but Clarissa Shields is an Olympian. Michaela Mayer is an Olympian. Marlene Esperoza is an Olympian. You have to go to the Olympics to be an Olympian. We both, all 5 of us went to the 2016 World Championships in Kazakhstan. We were on the same team. She medal bronze. I fought in the finals and medal silver. So I don't know where all this cat be going on about, like, what she be talking about. That's crazy to me. I appreciate and respect what she's doing for women's boxing, but we all know what it is when you see me, see talent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on that Amanda Serrano vibe. Like, I don't have to down the next fighter to make stuff look good. That's y'all bell going off, but y'all better not cut me off. You know what I'm
Champ,
saying?
we gotta
Now,
cut
is
you
that
off.
we had to win, champ. This is like
Yeah,
time limit. You on the
It's-
last minute.
It's Nesta's fault, to be honest.
It ain't my
champ.
fault. He wanted me not to answer your call.
Yeah,
how could I not answer?
he knew he had to cut you off.
Go ahead, champ. Go.
Boots is a genius. He's a monster. I don't like that. Listen, fighters come into the fight knowing that they're not going to get knocked out. I feel like Boots is the next best thing. I am the Boots of the women's division at 168. Boots is one of my favorite fighters, along with Tank Davis and Ian Green from Paterson, New Jersey. Boots is the man, bro. Listen, that man came and he got 30-round legs because he moved and moved. And yeah, you gonna get caught in the fight, plain and simple. But if you gotta understand, when I'm sparring these guys, they coming at me. When I'm sparring guys, they come at me because they're a guy and I'm a girl. But when I go to the fight, based on my record, I gotta chase somebody down. So, not saying that he wasn't prepared, but it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. Sparring, it's a partake of a fight. So that's all I gotta say, man.
Champ, we got you on Friday.
You already know I'm gonna have a lot to say, man, because that's the end of the week and my announcements would have been made. But she talk about getting that bag and that platform, and like I said, my announcements will have been made. So she ducked and run for too long. The only person in the women's division and around my weight class that's not ducking is Clarissa Shields. She want all the smoke, and I respect that, and I love that. Other than that, duck season is here, and you know that. All right? Y'all be good, man. Be blessed. Happy New Year.
Champ, thanks for calling in. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in. We are back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. We right back at you. Peace. To the next one.
Back with another one.